For people that travel and don't take their dogs with them, what do they do with their dogs?
Boarding.
I'll tell you what I do with mine. My housekeeper, her daughter, has been watching my dogs for years, since she was 14. And you know, she'd stay, the first couple of times she had her older sister stay over with her. And then she says, what are you doing here? I'm not afraid being out here like in the middle of the country by myself. So she's been doing it for 5 years now. So when I travel, the dogs stay in the house and Kenna comes in and looks after them.
Yeah. Leaving them with friends or family is always a nice way to do it. Our guys get to stay home because we have a sitter come in too. Yeah. Keeps it easy, keeps the routine similar. But there's a lot of people who end up boarding.
I've heard so many horror stories about boarding your dogs. I've heard about dogs getting loose and getting hit by cars, dogs getting knocked up. Like, it can happen. I guess it can happen when you leave your dogs at home too. It's always scary leaving your dog in somebody else's care. And maybe that's why some people leave them with the vets. Because maybe they trust their vets to take better care of them.
Well, and you might think that that's a safe option, but I mean, I worked in a clinic that did boarding, and when I hear boarding, I not only see diarrhea, but I see stress, and just so much stress. And is being at a clinic a happy place for your dog?
Think about it. Probably the last time your dog was at the vets, in the back of the vets, your dog woke up terrified, confused, and in pain because they probably just had surgery.
Right.
So last time they were back there. And how do you think they feel if you take them in there and say, okay, mommy's going to Disney World, have a good time. And they're in this run or this cage in a lot of cases.
Yep, depending on the number of dogs.
Yeah.
They might end up in a large kennel, and that's stressful and weird if your dog's not crated at home, if it's not a happy place.
Yeah.
What was worse is they used to come back seasonally. So we'd see them for Christmas, and then we'd see them for March break, and then we'd see them for summer vacation. And that was like their part-time home, but they saw other dogs coming in that were sick, which is a risk. Now they're exposed to sickness.
So not only are they super terrified because all the other dogs around them are sick, in pain, stressed. Dogs are smart enough to realize that, what's going on here? You know,
it's a messed up place to be.
What's going on here?
Right.
Why am I here? And then, like you say, what if there's parvo at the clinic? What if exactly? You never know if there's going to be a disease outbreak.
Just the stress level alone is going to set your dog up for illness, whether they've been healthy going in or not, because now their immune system's down and they're around a bunch of other illnesses and viruses. And on that note, cleaners, the chemicals for those runs, those dogs having stress diarrhea, those runs are getting cleaned every day. Hard on the lungs, super hard on the paws.
I would say, apart from just leaving your dog at home without any food or water or care, the next worst case scenario would be to board them with the vets.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely.
And probably the next worst from that, the least next worst from that. The best of the losing options would be to leave them at a kennel, because again, dogs that are left in kennels are also stressed. And here's the other thing. If you take your dog to a kennel or to your vet, in most cases, you're going to need to vaccinate them for the kennel cough or the flu or whatever before they go in, and those vaccines shed. And you have a whole bunch of stressed dogs in close proximity. That's how these diseases can go through these facilities like wildfire.
That's why it's called kennel cough.
Yeah.
That's where it originates. Yeah. And another stress on your dog, right? You're stressing his immune system with those vaccines he doesn't need.
Absolutely. Overall, the best scenario, hands down. What,
yes,
Alice?
Just a
Alice says yes. If you have a trusted friend or relative, have them come in and watch your dogs. If they're raw fed, just get some pre-made patties for them. We can make it easy for people watching them.
Yeah.
There's JJ the arborist at work. If you can't get a relative or a friend in to watch your dog, there are bonded pet sitters who will come in. There's actually a website, I wish I knew the name. Maybe we can leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
There's actually a website for people who love dogs and love to travel. where
I've heard
like
of
a
this.
house swap?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yes, and their profiles are up there, and it's probably a little bit more dangerous than getting a bonded pet sitter in, but it's kind of like Airbnb. It seems creepy to go into someone's house or have someone come into your house, but once you do it, you go, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And Airbnb looks after the experience for everybody, and I'm sure this website is the same.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, let's leave that in the comments, because I think I actually looked into it once when we went to when we were going to Italy a few years ago.
You get to travel and look after pets.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
And eventually you can build relationships with these people, right?
Exactly.
It's almost like a timeshare. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're boring the house and the dogs.
Yeah.
And some people, they want dogs around them when they travel. They don't want to stay in a sterile hotel room without dogs. So check that one out. We'll leave it down in the comments.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, hey, happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, safe travels.